Hi, welcome back to Maul Paints. This is the fourth video of my four seasons videos requested from Locker Most. This is going to be my attempt at a fall scene, which I'm actually really looking forward to because it's going to be a little more colors kind of along my line. So I actually kind of want to make this background kind of almost like a fiery reddish orange and yellow. So just like me. So anyway. Well, let's just dive right in and see what happens. I'm not even going to explain it because if I do, you're just going to get bored. So, all right, let's start with kind of a yellow. And we'll just start just by kind of bringing this just straight in. Bring some red into that right away. It's going to be a real fiery background. Really load up that brush because we don't really have anything but gesso on the back there, so this is really gonna eat this paint up. Now we can actually lighten this whole thing up with just plain old white here in a little bit, and I think you're really gonna like it. So what I might do is actually just put straight red, yellow and orange just kind of in random areas like that. And I don't know, I think it's going to be cool. Let's see here, maybe here. Maybe this will just be straight red out here. Maybe there's some more light kind of coming in through the side over here. Now, if you weren't around for if you didn't see the last three videos I did, these are basically really deep woods scenes where there's really not much detail on the background. There's no clouds, there's nothing like that. It's just kind of like we're standing probably about here looking out of the woods. So there's not going to be a whole lot of sky. It's just going to kind of be the reflection of it, I guess. So try to do a touch more yellow here. So what I want to do is once we get all the background red on here, we'll kind of go in with yellow and white, and we'll kind of lighten up the areas that we want to be lighter and darker. Now we got a bunch of red and yellow on here. We'll just go right into, take a clean fan brush with white, just plain old white. And now this should lighten right up. Check that out. Isn't that awesome? Kind of that middle light scene, just like that. Maybe we'll lighten up just kind of some other areas around here just to make it look like there's some trees way out in the background. There's something down here. If you want it lighter, just add more white. And darker, we'll just leave it alone. Oops. Oh, whoops a daisy. went a little crazy there. All right, let's get right back into it. Okay. Now, sometimes it's good to take a step back and check out your painting, because when you're this close up to it, you see all the imperfections and everything bad about it. Like I had this, I don't even know what that is, but we'll just take a step back. So, all right. So you know what? I'm actually thinking I'm going to bring this down. I'm going to go right into this red and just white like this, and I just kind of want to bring it down a little ways. And then after, we're just going to blend all this together just by taking a real clean brush, and we'll just kind of look at it all together. You'll see what I'm talking about when I finish up here. So I don't know what happened to that other fan brush, but hopefully it's all right. Okay, we'll go into some white. Maybe we'll lighten up just a couple other areas here. But I really want this spot to be white, so we're really gonna lighten that up. Leave it just like that. A couple little spots here. Okay, now it's actually kind of wet from before, so we're gonna do the signature beat the Sith out of it, because I really need this brush right now. So we're using odorless paint thinner. Shake off the excess. Not even that dry yet. You want to make sure this is really dry. And then we're just going to lightly lift upward. And that should blend it all real nice. Kind of give it that illusion of, I don't know what, but it's going to be a good illusion. Okay, now I want to go right into, we're going to go right into making some trees here. So I'm going to take whatever size fan brush you want. You can use smaller, bigger, whichever you want. Clean this fan brush off that I used for the background. It's got a lot of red on it, but we're going to go right into black, and the black's going to overpower it anyway. So I'm going to use some black here. And we're just going to kind of, you want to pick and choose where you want your trees to be. Just bring them right down. Maybe that's a big sucker right there. It goes all the way down. Some of these other ones will make them kind of smaller. Then we'll go down as far. Because I'm still going to add that layer of grass in. Maybe we got a couple trees here that are kind of leaning a little ways. Maybe this one's kind of coming down here like that. And then the more paint you lose off your brush, the further back the further back the trees seem like they are. So if we just kind of lightly put a tree in the background there, it looks like it's way back. And we'll add a couple little things of bushes here and there. And we'll blend this up, and it'll just kind of blend right into the background. Like I said, this is going to be kind of like a fall, fiery, red, yellow, and black awesome scene. So maybe we'll have another one kind of coming down here like that. Another one kind of, maybe it's growing off to the side. I said, if you paint like this, you just make as few trees as you want. Maybe we'll do a couple things way in the background. I actually didn't do in the last painting, which I'm kind of regretting now, is I didn't make any evergreens. If you want to make evergreen, just take a dark color here. Like I said, these are going to be way in the background, so maybe there's one kind of back here. Just kind of make straight down and just using the corner of your fan brush. Right about here. Just kind of using the corners, just back and forth. Like I said, there's not going to be a lot of detail with this. It's going to seem like this light shining right through it. Take a step back. Doesn't even really look like it's there, to be honest. It'll be kind of a darker one. Maybe we'll make another one right back here. Way back there. Maybe another one right there. So this is real deep wood, so there's not going to be a ton of detail on those far back trees. Maybe there's one right back here. We're just tapping the fan brush back and forth. Okay. Maybe we'll make it look like there's another one right there. We don't know. There are no rules when you're painting. Take a step back. All right. All right, now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, we'll kind of make that tree a little nicer. He doesn't look too good. And then we'll kind of bring these other ones down right around him. There's one there. And maybe there's one that kind of comes right along like that and goes down like that and down like that. Okay, so now what I want to do, I keep saying that I know what I want to do. Of course, it's what I want to do. I'm painting the thing. Okay, so I'm just going to go right into some green, just to kind of put a base layer on the top here, just to kind of give it some idea of where the grass is going to be at. Maybe it kind of comes down like that. So kind of going to more of a brown since this is fall. Not that the grass is dead or anything, but let's just say it's still kind of coming out of its hibernation. Kind of start with a kind of a brown on the bottom here. Kind of work into some green. And then we'll add just kind of a slightest color of a light green yellowish just on top to make it seem kind of like the grass is coming back to life. Okay, now we'll kind of mix that green and brown together. Kind of add some more grass. And now take maybe just the the lightest little bit of yellow. Kind of give it that, just that not quite lush grass look, but it's just coming out of hibernation. And I know absolutely nothing about grass, so maybe this is what happens. A couple different planes here. Just by changing the difference in the light and the dark, kind of put some indication of where the difference in layers is at. All right, so I'll add just a touch here. Okay, take a step back. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change where these trees are at. The further down the trees go, the closer they are to this. So take this black. Like I said, this one just came right off the canvas. Maybe this one here, and it comes down to there. Yeah, we use a different fan brush here. Really upset about that other fan brush. I don't know where it went, but down. So goes down there. Maybe that one stays right back there. So it's going to come down. And else can stay there. Maybe this one kind of comes down a little bit. Maybe this one comes way off too. Same with this one. Put a little bushes on here and there. Just kind of by tapping the black around, it's going to make it look like distant bushes. Doesn't even have to be a lot of paint. In fact, I'm just using what's left on the end of the brush here. And then we'll blend it upward. Just real faint. Gonna make it look like distant trees way out in the background. I'll take this clean brush and we're just going to kind of gently lift upward. It's just going to kind of give it that illusion of distance way out in the background there. Okay. Still don't like this evergreen here I made. There we go. Okay. Now I think what I'm going to do this time, kind of add a little highlights around the bases of the trees here. Nothing too crazy. Kind of a lighter green. Just to kind of make it look like there's a little patches of grass here and there that are kind of coming up around the tree bases. Or whatever, you know. Maybe that one comes up a little bit. Okay. Now that we got this going. Okay, now I want to do is take the knife and we're gonna highlight the sides of the trees. So I think I'm actually just gonna use kind of a light brown. Just regular old brown here. This is burnt sienna. So why don't we take just a touch of red and the sienna, and this will be my favorite dark side. And then we'll take the white. It'll be our light side, light and our dark. Okay, maybe use a little more light there. Just really lighten that up. There we go. So start with the dark. We're just going to kind of put that on the tree there, just to kind of give it some detail. This one's really close, so it's actually going to have very, very little light on it because it's right next to us. Okay. Here. Not covering up the whole tree because we still need to have some real dark areas. And I'm just kind of taking the knife and just touching the side of the trees to give it that dark, shadowy side. And you can use whichever colors you want if you're doing this at your house. But and then I'm going to come in from this side. And this one's going to be all twisted, so who knows where the heck the light's coming in on that one. Maybe use a touch more red. Yeah, that looks good. Alright. Maybe this here. Kind of come up the side there like that. Side on that one. Maybe this one's way in the back. I don't know what I was thinking when I made that one. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay. Now maybe add a little bit more here. This one was over here. Okay, now we'll go to making our light side where all the detail is going to be at on the tree. Okay. Now, like I said, all I'm doing is just taking that way. Actually, we could probably just lighten this up completely. We'll have a kind of a lighter reddish like this here, maybe for these sides. Something like that. Maybe a little on that side there. Like I said, you can use pretty much whatever colors you want, but I actually used a pretty good amount of paint right there, so and just touching the sides of this. I mean, you can kind of take the paint and pull it if you want, like that, to kind of give it more of like a tree look. But you know, whichever you want to do. Okay, like I said, we'll probably use a really dark shade for this one here because it's really close to us. So there we go. Now we'll kind of use this lighter brown for this side. There we go. Something like that. And one more. Pretty much have just about a completed painting here. Something like that. And then we'll just kind of maybe add a touch more highlights with the grass. Not to be too crazy. Like I said, it's kind of fall, so there shouldn't really be too much green, but you know, kind of make whatever you want, really. Kind of the whole joy of this stuff is nothing really, can't really be wrong when you're doing this, so. Okay, I think we're just about done here. Let me take a step back, take a look. And yeah, I think we're just about done. So this is my fourth Maul paints. This is the fall. Hopefully you liked all of them, and hope you enjoy. So let the hate flow through you, and I'll see you next time.